Everything more than ever. Everything more than ever than it been. Everything more than ever. Everything more than ever. Do is win. Everything more than ever.
Okay. First and foremost, what we got on the camera right now?
It's your boy, man. It's R.E.I.D. You already know. Real hip hop in the building. Chilling, man. Doing what I do in a smoked out room. My favorite environment.
Okay. What you go by?
Hip hop, R.E.I.D. You know what I mean? Reed, real life, Big, Chris. Either one's fine.
Okay. Is there any definition in that name or subliminally in that name?
Yeah, R.E.I.D. is an acronym. It stands for Real Energy is Dope, you know what I'm saying? But, like, there are other meanings to it, but I would say that's the main one. Consider it like, you know what I mean? If you know your hip-hop, consider it like ASAP, you know what I'm saying? Like, Real Energy is Dope is what it stands for, but there's more to it than that. You just got to look deeper.
Okay, all right. Now, I'm aware that, you know, music is definitely... I'm getting it from... You're from New York, correct?
Come on, man.
Okay. What part of New York you from, good brother? And where were you born?
Brooklyn originally, New York City, but I've been upstate for a minute, PK, you know what I'm saying? But I consider myself international. I'm not local, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a New Yorker, but my personality is multinational, I would say.
Okay, all right. And what motivates you to make music and shit like that?
Bro, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, this is a special moment, bro. Like, DJ Kid Right interviewed me for this. I might not have never rapped without you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I might not have never, ever recorded a song. Like, I had written songs, I had rapped before, but music just, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people do it for money. You know what I mean? I just do music. I just do. I always have. I've been into it from birth. You know what I'm saying? Like rapping, writing things down, poetry, like, you know what I mean, spoken word. Like I'm into words. I'm into music. Like I always have been. Like I said, like I don't think I could live without it. Like truly, like listening to it, making it, all the above.
Okay. Now, before we get into other things, let's get back into your childhood, like before you even created a record or before you fell in love with music and things of that nature. Like, give us a little bit about your upbringing and shit like that, and what really, what trials and tribulations and what molded you to be the man you are today.
I mean, I've been through a lot. I mean, I feel like it's like trivial even telling people what you've been through. Everybody got this story, like, I grew up in the hood, we never had shit, we didn't, you know what I'm saying, like, which is true, you know what I mean? I grew up in Brooklyn, my mom, my brother, my sister, my mom grinding for everything, you know how that goes, you know what I'm saying, like, but I wasn't on the block like that, to be honest with you. Like, I was a good kid, I was good in school, held it down, you know what I mean, like, trying to get to college and shit. Moved up to Poughkeepsie, and that's when things changed. That's when I met people and started going outside and seeing what the world was really like. You know what I'm saying? Like struggle and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Fights, poverty, losing friends at a young age. Like we could go on into that for days. You know what I'm saying? I try not to like do too much with that though. Let it define me. Think about it too much. All the above. Like I never even like spoke about it this much, but like. Even just thinking about that shit, like, yeah, it's hard, bro. Niggas been through a lot. Like, well, let's not get into all that.
All right. When you moved up here to the kingdom from Brooklyn, was that a hard adjustment? You know what I mean, or was it like more of a flow, or you know,
That's a good question.
Compare and contrast like Brooklyn from the kingdom?
That's a good question, and I would say there are a lot alike, just in a different space, and you know what I mean. That's why I say I'm, you know what I mean. Not defined by a region, because I've been all over the place. Like people, it's all about the people. It's all about the people you with, the energy of the group of people. Like you could be anywhere and find the hood. You know what I mean? You could be anywhere and find a suburb. You could be, you know what I'm saying? Like the adjustment wasn't really that hard. It was just more the adjustment of becoming a man at that time and things like that. It wasn't really, you know what I mean? I feel like it would have been hard anywhere, to be honest with you. But like. Moving kind of gave me like a new look, you know what I'm saying? Like you, when you grow up somewhere and all you know is that place, all I knew was New York City, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing a small town, and you know what I mean? Up here, Poughkeepsie's not considered a small town, but to me it is. Seeing a small town, seeing like people trick-or-treating on a regular basis, people that like people know you. Like, people just know each other at the store. Like, hey, Jim, hey, Bob. Like, you know this motherfucker? Like, nah, like, that's the thing. The small town shit like that, like, being introduced to that was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, gave me that perspective that I didn't have before.
Okay. Growing up, like, who are notable people that you met when you moved from Brooklyn to the Kingdom?
Nigga, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely all my friends. This is the setup question, right? This is the if you wasn't gonna give me a shout out, there better be one here, motherfucker. What you talking about? But that's real. You know this, bro. Like, when I met Ev, Troy, Marcus, Erskine, you know what I mean? Even other people I'm not as tight with now, but I still talk to, like Clifford, my boy Jeremy. I got two homies named Jeremy that, you know what I mean? Like, meaning, like, you know what I mean? I didn't really have friends in the city. It's not like I wasn't cool and shit or niggas didn't fuck with me or nothing like that. Like, I moved around a lot. I lived there, you know what I mean? Claim Brooklyn. Brooklyn's always HQ, you know what I mean? But I lived in Queens, the Bronx, not Manhattan, but, like, you know what I mean? We lived all over the place. I moved everywhere. I never got to keep a solid friend because we always fucking moved. And there's fucking 10,000 kids at any school anyway. You feel me? So moving up here and having, like, a solid group of friends was different. It definitely, like, you know what I mean, changed my whole mentality. Like, having people that not related to you, but like become related to you. Like, I didn't even know that was a real thing. That was all TV Seventh Heaven shit for me before I met y'all. Like,
for sure.
That wasn't real life.
Now going back into your household, like, did you have mom, dad? How many siblings do you have? You know what I mean? Like, get into that.
Okay, I got one brother, you know what I mean? Bum ass nigga though, we're not really gonna talk about him. Nah, I'm gassing it. That's my brother right there, you know what I mean? I got one younger brother, you know what I mean? One older sister, my mom. That was it. My dad wasn't around. My dad, you know what I mean? We all got the same dad, and I, like, yo, I don't know, bro. I need my mom to give me the real story. That'd probably be just as good, if not a better interview. Like, my mom has 3 kids with one guy.
Right.
One guy who we never seen, who we really don't fucking know. Apparently, this nigga pulled up like Batman, made a baby, and ghosted every time. Every time. Like, that's it. Like, this interview was longer than I've spoken to my father in life. Wherever the fuck you at, you're like,
now, not only being the individual doing the interview, but I could recall I will come in your room and you will have a picture of him on your mirror.
That's true.
Now, you know
That's
what I mean?
very true.
Like not to get
That's deep. That's deep into the archives right there.
Yeah.
I forgot. I haven't had a mirror like that in so long. This nigga's known me since childhood. I forgot that I even like had that up there all that time. Like, that ass. Like,
for sure. I mean, but with that being the situation, I'm pretty sure you felt and more dear to you than your heart. You know what I mean? Do you want to get into the effects of him not being around and you being brought up strictly by your mom and by the environment and your brothers and, you know, your friends and things of that nature?
I say similar to the whole, like, you know, growing up in the hood backstory. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta, to get more in depth into that, I really got to do that musically, which I need to do. But, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of my dad, like, I don't know. That's like an impossible question for me to answer, because I don't know what growing up with a dad would be like. Like, I see what it's done for some people, right, but I also know some people that, you know what I mean, like, had abusive dads and shit, you know what I mean? And their lives were worse because their dad was around, or maybe they, you know what I mean? My mom never brought no other dude around. She was just never moved like that. I wasn't her bop, you know what I mean? I know a lot of dudes who, you got step pops who was really like evil and wasn't for them and shit. So I don't know. It could have went either way. To you know what I mean? To be honest with you, I always like to play devil's advocate and, you know what I mean, look at both sides of the coin. So, like, it could have been better. Like, my mom definitely could have used the help financially and raising us, and of course having 2 young men and shit like that. Like, that definitely matters. But like I said, it could have went either way. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who really knows with that one? I don't know.
Okay, all right. Now, you know, how do you feel about your education? Like, what elementary school, high school, middle school? Like, what, you know, how do you feel about the educational route in your life? And the impact that it had on your life, to make you the individual you are today.
I've never really thought about that before. Never in my life have I really pondered that question. I was always a real good student. You know what I mean? Academics always came pretty easy to me. So if you're going to ask me, I would tell you school was pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I mean, all depends on where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I moved around a lot. I switched schools a lot, and I seen a lot of different curriculums. Like, I wish I could sit here and tell you, like, nah, that school was different. Like, their education level was way harder. Like, nah, I'm not rich. I always went to public school, so every time I went somewhere, like, nah, I got it. Like, it wasn't really that bad. High school was different. You know what I mean? I was going through a lot. You know what I mean? I had a major fuck school phase where I just, like, did not go at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still doing the schoolwork and shit, and in hindsight, like, I don't know if that was real smart or real stupid, but, like, yeah, like I said, academics was always light for me.